We're back today with another league race in WOR, and this is the 7th round of the season then, the Belgian Grand Prix at Spa-Francorchamps. And here then is our best lap in qualifying. It's nice and dry here then in qualifying, and the forecast was also looking good for the race as well here then, so it looks like we're going to be just having just plenty of dry running then this weekend. And as I mentioned in the previous video, I'm doing this one as well as just its own race as well, because yeah, we've got another action-packed race coming up then, so yeah, hopefully looking forward to it. We're coming into this one and obviously looking to try and keep on getting some good results here, because it looks like we're in the championship fight at the moment, and we're running in 3rd place in the standings, 17 points off the lead coming into this one. So yeah, if we can keep on getting some good results here, then we're putting ourselves in with a good chance here then of, well, keeping us going and hopefully still being in with a chance then come the end of the season. I was sort of quite hopeful here of a good result, because obviously I do enjoy this track, and I had done some laps here before because the time trial application thing for this league was around this track, so I was already quite comfortable with it and sort of, you know, was quite happy with sort of my setup round here. But we have got some new drivers in this week, so yeah, we've got, I think, probably the biggest grid that we've had so far. So yeah, we're going to have a lot of competition then this weekend, so, well, this week I should say, because it was a Wednesday. So yeah, it's obviously going to be quite a challenging one, but yeah, they've all been quite challenging so far, so hopefully it'll just be another very good race here then. As we exit the final chicane now then, it's looking like this will be an improvement by a couple of tenths here, and to the line we go up to 8th then. We were outside the top 10 before, but we end up just inside then in 9th, and well, we may well have been actually preferred to have been just outside the top 10 there then, because we will be on used tyres now then for the start, whereas if we'd been a couple of places lower we could have had free choice. But nonetheless, we'll see what we can do from here then. Limjet on pole from Amaze there in 2nd. I didn't see the rest there, but Levy's not here then. We've got Coda as our teammate in the Alpine for this race. In terms of strategy, we're going to do soft to medium then, extending this stint out quite a bit then to lap 8, and we should be able to do that then. The fuel here isn't too bad, so I was just sort of going with just enough to keep us going then, because I don't really seem to be losing or gaining any fuel when I was practicing beforehand. As we're on the warm-up lap now then, and we've got a huge gap here between the leaders and whoever that is in 2nd or 3rd place here, so yeah, we just ended up all being bunched up here for no real reason. Sort of hard to warm up the tyres, and yeah, the top two just end up sat on the grid for a while, so yeah, who cares about the 10 car length rule apparently. But yeah, that wasn't really the best idea, I don't think, from whoever did that. But yeah, we're lined up now then on the grid, and hopefully we will have enough tyre temperature here then to still get a good start. As we're on the grid now then, the lights are coming on now, and we are away then at Spa, and it looks like we've had an okay start, but we have a little bit of wheel spin though. We're going to be on the inside line here for turn 1. We're up the inside, and well, the virtual safety car is already out before we even make it around turn 1. ABS fan is out of the race there, and it looks like Epix was just about ahead of us there, so we're going to have to give that place up. So it looked like we're going to be going for some overtakes there into turn 1, but we actually ended up losing a position there. So yeah, ABS fan is out of the race, and this is what happened then. Off right at the start, I think he was a little bit slow reacting to the lights, and then actually got tagged there by the other Alpine of Coda, and that just sent him straight into the wall after only a few meters there. But yeah, that was a very brief virtual safety car then, and we are now back underway here. But yeah, we were really robbed there of, well, basically the first start pretty much, because yeah, there was no real, you know, racing into turn 1, and then there was just nothing up the Kemmel straight there, so that was almost like we had a roll-in start there to the race, and we just all ended up spread out already then on the first lap here. But Mates has spun out there in the corner with no name, and yeah, the N4 man on the podium in his previous 2 races, his only 2 races so far, and he's dropped to the back of the field by the looks of things. As we then have Epix there then running wide in a curve pull through, I think that is, and yeah, we were a little bit cautious there in case he did hit the wall there, but we've still got a good run though. And round Blanchimont we managed to get the move done then, and we're up into 8th place, so we've still gained a place then from where we started, and we'll see now then if we can build on this as we cross line then with Limpjet in the lead at the moment. Skipping on to lap 3 now, where it just doesn't really seem like we have much pace at the moment, and we're struggling to keep up with the top 7 at the moment. We are keeping a good gap to Deer Hunter behind us though, as Peanut there actually spins, so we do gain a place then up into 7th, but yeah, not a lot happening at the moment, and because we can't keep up with those in front of us, and we're also maintaining a decent gap to those behind us here. As we skip on to the next lap now then, and yeah, flags in a rouge there, and we've got a safety car now then. It was the other McLaren there of Gronesy there, I believe he actually collided with his teammate Alex there, so that's brought out a safety car even though they both actually kept on going there. Now, I wasn't really sure what to do here because I didn't think mediums would go to the end. I didn't really want to go into hard tyres here because I thought they'd be too slow, so I ended up actually being the only person here on the soft tyres to actually stay out, and that, I know, seems like a very bad decision here, but my thinking was that, you know, we've still got 18 runners here. There's going to be more incidents in this race, there's going to be more safety cars, so at this point I figured, you know, I would just try and predict another safety car happening in a few laps time at a point where it would be more ideal for me to pit here. That was my thinking here, because I just didn't really feel like pitting would be a good idea, even though staying out on soft tyres didn't really seem like a great option either. But we are going to be in the lead of the race though, so we will hopefully avoid some of the midfield carnage if there is some, so that is going to help us here then. We're going to be controlling the restart here then, so we'll see if we can get this right here and avoid any immediate pressure here from Limpchat. He is on fresh tyres, so I imagine he will be challenging us here as we now go then. And it looks like we did actually catch him out there because we have built out a bit of a gap there then. And in fact, I think the two Mercedes are actually collided because they both got penalties there, and I think one of them is now coming into the pit lane there. And yeah, we're back underway then, and well, we did exactly what we needed to do there then and just got a very good restart there. Already built out a little bit of a gap, and that's going to help us here quite a bit, because I think we just need to push now then for a few laps, hope that that other safety car does come out, and if not, then we'll just have to take the L and pit for mediums in a few laps then, as Limpjet is now putting us under some pressure here, but we are just about doing enough then to stay ahead for the time being. As we cross line then to start lap 8, not planning on pitting just yet, and as I say, we're just going to keep on going here then and hope that another safety car does come out then in these next few laps, and it gives us a good chance then to go on to mediums then, and those should take us to the end of the race from here, because as I say, I just wasn't really convinced that the medium tyres could actually do it from when everyone else pitted, and I knew that some people would be on hard tyres and be going probably quite slow here. Limpjet then does finally get ahead of us then. We can just tuck it back into the slipstream here then, and yeah, we were never going to be able to stop him there. Just his pace was insane around here. He took pole by just a huge margin to the rest of the field, so yeah, it wasn't really much of a surprise then that he managed to overtake us there. On to the next lap then, where he is already 2 seconds clear of us then, and Rossi is now going to be challenging us here then with the DRS. Slapbus is retired from the race, and I believe he is a debutant here today, but he's crashing, and that's brought the safety car out, and that is exactly why I stayed out then. This is exactly what I was predicting would happen, and it's worked out very nicely for us then. And we can now then change over to the medium tyres then and go on to these for the rest of the race now. And yep, that's exactly what we're going to do then. We've got Rossi in behind us as well here. So's Liam as well. He was on the hard tyres before. Yep, so Limpjet stayed out there. Chris has stayed out. And yeah, I think it's about 50-50 in fact in terms of who decides to stay out and who decides to come in here then. And yeah, we're exiting the pits now then. We'll see exactly where we rejoin, but it's looking like we could actually be here in 8th position. Bear in mind we were 7th before the first incident, and now we're on fresher tyres than everyone else, or we're on, well, everyone else is on either harder tyres or on older tyres, so I'd say it's worked out quite well for us there. And in fact, FX there actually does pit, so we're back up to 7th place now anyway. So yeah, I'd say we did make a good decision there then with our initial call then to stay out here, to stay out at the first safety car that is. But we're going back racing now then on lap 11, but at the beginning of lap 12, and it is Limpjet then who leads the way. Amazing is back at the field and into 6th position here, so yeah, he's managed to recover then quite a few places then, having dropped to the back early on here. And we'll see then if there's anything we can do about him, see if we can sort of follow him back up the field here then, as we're back racing now then. And yeah, as I say then, everyone in front of us is on either older tyres than us or they're on hard tyres, so that is going to hopefully play into our hands a little bit here then, as we'll see if we can go on the attack of Amazed here then. I think we'll have to try and pass him as soon as possible if we're going to pass him, because yeah, he's obviously going to be very quick, I'd imagine, but yeah, he was very slow there through a rouge, and I think that actually did benefit him there, because I had to back out of it as well there, and I didn't get the best run possible then down the Camel Straight, and he does just about enough here then to stay ahead of us. I do actually think he had rear wing damage though. I think I saw him mention that before I was recording this, but yeah, so yeah, his car probably not 100% at this point, and yeah, that's one more reason for us then to try and go on the attack if we can here. TLR10 then still maintaining that 4th position at the moment then on the hard tyres, as we've also got Liam and Rossi then waiting to pounce behind us as well here, so we need to try and get this move done as quickly as possible if we can, because if we don't, then they're obviously going to be waiting to go for the overtake on us as well then, as we're all very wide there in turn 1. I think TLR10 there was wide, and then me and Amaze both just went wide in sympathy there, but still we're both quite close then through well, through Rouge and Radion now then. Amaze quite wide there though, and he got a penalty as well, so both those two up in front of us have 3-second penalties, so that's worked out quite nicely for us then, because we don't have any warnings yet. Amaze is going to go for it then into the com. He's up the inside of TLR10, but he makes a little bit of contact, and we had to go over the runoff area there to avoid a potential collision there, because he was a little bit out of shape there, and yeah, it was sort of hard to predict where he was going to go there, so we had to take the safe option, and sadly we were the one who lost out in all that then, because Liam and Rossi overtook the pair of us there then. Well, it overtook me I should say, but they're now challenging Amaze then, and Liam actually there a little bit out of shape, so that allows Rossi to overtake him, and we will as well there, because he had a little bit of a lag spike by the looks of things, and we are back up then into 7th position here. And yeah, this battle is just going to go on and on here, and TLR10 then on the hard tyres is still maintaining this 4th place, as we're all just tripping each other up behind here then. Amaze goes deep into the bus stop chicane, and now Rossi's going to have a good chance of overtaking him, although did look like he did that off the track there, but doesn't look like any kind of penalty came up. But yeah, into turn 1, and Liam then, it looks like he's going to go running outside. He sort of did what we did to someone else in Austria a few races ago, where, well, on this occasion we were the one sort of dawdling on the inside there, not really committing to the overtake, and Liam just said thank you very much and swept running outside there. Now we're all going to be on the attack of Rossi then, because he's the only one without DRS here, and it's going to be almost 3 wide then here with Liam. There's no chance we're going to make it 4 wide, so we're just going to have to back out of this one then, thinking, obviously remembering what happened on the previous lap as well there. Amaze overtakes Rossi, Liam and myself, we stay where we were then, and Rossi is now back on the attack of Amaze then, and is bumping and barging his way back through then into Ravage, and is back up into 5th position there, with TLR10 still maintaining that 4th place then in the Haas at the moment. So yeah, it's all just going off behind him at the moment, and yeah, we've still got Peanut and Alex just behind us as well then, as Liam loses it a little bit there through Pouon. We're just going to go on the outside now then, as both Alex and Peanut are there as well, but I think Peanut actually collided there with him and has gone into the barriers, and he is out of the race, as we are still side by side here with Liam, but the safety car is now out, so Liam stays ahead. But yeah, Peanut there crashed right behind us, and that brought out a safety car, and yeah, the 3rd one then of this race, and we are going to use this opportunity to pit yet again here then. We are going to go over to soft tyres. Not everyone decided to do that though. Amaze has stayed out, and so has Alex there, so yeah, 2 of the potential title contenders here then have decided to stay out, and they are going to be moving right up to near the front of the pack here then. I believe it's Deer Hunter who leads the way now then, as Limpjet did pit as well, so he's obviously going to be very quick then on some fresh tyres. I mean, he's been quick all through this event really, but obviously now that he's on fresh tyres, he's going to be just, yeah, very hard to beat, even if he is down in about 3rd or 4th position now. We rejoin then in 10th place, but obviously some cars are on older tyres now then in front of us, so we'll see exactly how this will play out then, as yeah, we're getting ready now then for the restart. Just 6 laps to go here, and it's obviously going to be a very frantic finish then to this race, with some cars on fresh soft tyres and some on some slightly older medium tyres then, as Deer Hunter actually spins out from the lead then, as we now go racing here then. We're starting to accelerate, or are we? We've come to a stop almost once again into the bus stop. Cars piling in here, front wings are going flying. We're almost stood still here at the bus stop chicane, and are we going to go racing now then? The 2 fries collide, and we've almost got quad turf in it there. We've run out wide, penalties galore. We've got a warning there, and we've lost a few seconds. Just absolute carnage there, and yeah, Ben and TLR10 there still battling, and yeah, just carnage there. I do think that Amaze there did not do a very good job of that restart. I mean, I know that Deer Hunter spun and he sort of took over the lead there at the last minute, but you know, you accelerate and then you come to almost a stop at the chicane. You're asking for trouble, and we got trouble, but it only affected all of us at the back then, and yeah, it just caused a lot of penalties there, a lot of crashes, and yeah, I don't think that was the best restart there, to be honest. As TLR10 actually crashes out of the race then, and I saw a clip of that, and I think his wheel actually died, so that is very unlucky for him there then. Right as he was going around the corner, it looked like his wheel just stopped working and he just went straight into the barriers there, so that is a huge shame for him, and that is his race over. As we are into 9th position now then, the other Alpine just up in front of us there and gets out of shape there. Ben has to back out of it as well there, because that could have potentially been a collision. So yeah, this is the fight then for 7th position, and Matt is right there as well behind us here. And well, we'll just see what we can actually recover now then, because yeah, we're quite a long way off that front group now then. As yeah, into the bus stop chicane, and well, we end up tucked up behind our teammate, and Matt just goes right on the outside, up the inside of the other Alpine, and just takes both of us there into the chicane. And now Coda does let us through there by the looks of things, but yeah, that didn't work out too well for us there. And yeah, it worked out very nicely there for Matt. He went up in, well, up 2 places there. More yellow flags, another crash there. Callum is out, and so is Amaze. They've both gone off at Pouon, and the safety car is out for a 4th time in this race with just 4 laps to go. And yeah, a collision there between 2 of the front runners. I believe Amaze lost it and then collected Callum. So yeah, it's just non-stop drama in this race. Yet into the safety car, but no one actually pits this time, because just it's so close to the end of the race that there's just no point in risking losing positions for some slightly fresher tyres. So I think anyone without damage here then is just staying out, and we're going to be back racing this time then, hopefully with a bit of a cleaner restart this time, with 2 laps to go here. And yeah, we'll see then if we can salvage anything. Some cars with penalties up in front of us, as we actually almost lock up there and go, well, we do lock up, and we almost wiped out Matt there, but thankfully not. He also has some, almost had some contact there with Ben. But we are now back racing then for 2 laps here. We'll see if there's anything we can recover here. Well, we're up in 7th place really, so we are for some points, and I mean, we've ended up where we pretty much were before all these incidents started, and before it started off the chain reaction of safety cars. We were 7th before all that started, and that is where we've ended up once again here. But we've had a very good run there on that out, well, through Erosion Rallion and down the Kemmel Straight then. We're side by side, but it doesn't look like we really have the straight line speed here then. We're neck and neck here, but we're on the outside line, and yeah, Matt has got that one covered then, and he stays in 6th position for the time being. He does have a penalty, so we should still move ahead of him at least then, as long as we stick with him here in these final few laps. And yeah, so yeah, heading into the bus stop chicane here. It's very close here in this battle for 2nd place here, led by I think TTM Rossi. And no, Matt has spun again. That's 4 races in a row that we have witnessed him spin just in front of us there. And well, it's another place gain for us then. But God, that just keeps on happening right in front of us there. And yeah, sadly for Matt, it's gone wrong again there. As yeah, we're on the final lap now then, of course. But yeah, Ben has got a penalty, so we are going to pass him at least. We have still got a good run him though, so we may well still get him here anyway, potentially, as we're using the rest of our ERS now. Alex is up in 4th, so yet again he's worked his way up to the front here. It looks like Limpjet, who has dominated this event, is going to take the win still then, as we look to the inside of Ben here, but we just weren't quite close enough, and he does have that penalty, so we don't have to take a huge risk there into the chicane. We cross the line, we move up to 4th and in the end, thanks to some penalties, although I did see that Chris was appealing that penalty, so we'll have to wait and see then if that result does stand or not. But yeah, as I said, a dominant weekend then from Limpjet. He was well clear in qualifying, and despite 4 safety cars, he was still the one who ended up at the front. And after all that then, after 22 laps, so many incidents, 4 safety cars, and yeah, he was still the winner then, and despite getting a penalty as well there. So yeah, just a very dominant weekend for him. TTM Rossi in 2nd, provisionally Alex is 3rd and I'm 4th, but I believe Chris actually crossed the line in 3rd, so we'll see if his penalty gets removed or not. So yeah, Deer Hunter Ben we're next up the road. The other Alpine of MCD Coda was in the points as well there, so that's good for us as a team there. And Matt and Bybin then rounded out the points finishers. The standings haven't updated, and as I said, I don't know, well, we don't know the results yet of the stewards' inquiries, but yeah, I believe Chris got a penalty for that whole restart mess on the third restart, so I'd imagine he will probably have that removed. So if that is the case, then that'll be obviously third place for him and fourth for Alex and fifth for me there. But either way, Limpjet is going to take over the lead of the drivers' standings then with his third win of the season. He's the only person to have won more than one race, and he's now won 3 then. So he's on some very good form then in these last couple of races, although he hasn't actually been on the podium in any other race that he hasn't won. So yeah, he hasn't had some of the consistency of some of the others, but he certainly has the pace at the moment then. Alex will still be in second, I'll still be in third, and I believe it'll still be Liam and in fourth, and then I believe Chris will have jumped Amazed and gone back up into fifth. So yeah, yet another crazy race then. I mean, I don't think it was entirely for the right reasons. I mean, there was certainly some dodgy driving. I mean, even right off the start with the warm-up lap mess there. But yeah, just a very eventful race then. Obviously, it had to be its own video really, you know. As I said, I'd been doing a couple of them together, but yeah, this just really was just had to be one video really, just because there was so much going on in it. But yeah, hope you enjoy it then. If you did, really appreciate a like on the video, and yeah, I look forward to seeing you next time.